Ooh, baby, I have dreamed of making this video $157,000 in a single month. Let's go, boys. We've done it, and I'm still in my parents' basement. We did it. But we crossed the 6-figure a month mark, and it doesn't mean shit, but you'll understand why at the end of this video. And if you read in the title, essentially what I'm getting at is there's not just all highs with hitting these crazy milestones in a month. I'm sure if you're on this side of YouTube, you're seeing tons of different people, business owners, online gurus saying how they made 100K in a month, 150, 180, 110. I feel like that's all my YouTube feed is flooded with. So I'm gonna talk about the opposite and why it's done absolutely nothing as far as changing my life, and everything is the exact same, but we still hit the goal. So I'm gonna break down the 4 things that actually got me to hit 157,000 in the month of January last month. These are the 4 things that I mapped out and fully planned in December of 2024 while I was in Costa Rica, and I legitimately implemented these 4 things right before going into January, and they're 100% the reasons why I was able to do over 100,000 in a month. Throughout all of 2024, we were hovering around 30 to 75 was the peak, or 77 was the exact peak, but it was anywhere from 35 to 75. We operated in a painful model, so obviously depending on how many clients we were closing, if there was resigns, but essentially that's where we were hovering throughout all of 2024. I knew what we had to do, I knew it had to change, but obviously there was some other stuff we were working on in 2024 from a service delivery aspect of things. So regardless, I'm going to show you the 4 things and break down the exact steps of what we had to do in order to do over 100,000 a month. So let's get into it. Step 1, boys, was cracking paid ads. Believe it or not, for the last 3.5 years, we have never done paid ads. Sounds crazy, but yes, it was strictly cold outreach. It was strictly inbound through the content, mainly cold outreach, cold calling, cold email, Instagram DMs, Facebook groups, Facebook messages, LinkedIn connections. Every different method of cold outreach there was is all we were doing. I never decided to do paid ads because we were focusing just on other stuff, and acquisition really wasn't like the main problem for us at the time. But I knew in order to get to the 6-figure month mark, eventually when I wanted to get there, I was gonna have to try and start working on cracking paid ads. So basically in December, I started scripting out all these different videos. On the first week, I filmed a bunch of different video ads, and we started off at $100 a day. That's just what I figured out from learning online, and basically what everyone was saying. You have to start off to actually do some proper testing. I'm sure you could do it with less, but your time as far as figuring out what would work might just be a lot longer. With running $100 a day, we were running 10 different video ads, all at $10 a day. That way the testing phase could just go by a lot quicker. And basically the first batch of video ads we ran, absolutely nothing came from them. It was shit, nothing happened. So we had to go back to the drawing board, scripted out more video ads. Basically, we weren't trying to recreate anything as far as what we already saw that was working. I'm sure some of the other bigger agency owners in the space see our ads and know that it's, you know, almost a replica of what they were doing, but that's the name of this game. We're obviously going to see what's working and try and just improve it and make it more towards our brand and what we're doing in our offer. So filmed another batch of video ads. Now we're like 2 weeks into December, ran those, same thing, testing, and now these ones started to work. Like 3 or 4 of them were actually getting a good cost per lead, anywhere from $15 to that $30 mark, which is good. Anywhere from 15 to 30 bucks is basically what we'd be aiming for. And so what we did was we slowly scaled those up, and just those 4 were running, and it was totaling out to $100 a day. And now we had those video ads running, and we rolled into January with video ads that were already going off and getting us a good amount of sales calls. So right after I go through these 4 steps, I'm actually going to show you guys the exact numbers as far as how many sales calls we had to take, the no-shows to obviously, you know, hit this number. So now that we got the paid ads running, and they're running very good, step 2 was to increase the price of our services. Now with increasing the price came with basically just a mindset shift. We were still running with the same prices we were for the last like 2.5, 3 years, and obviously our service has gotten much better. We have more experience, the talent on the team is way better, we have more results to showcase for what we've done, and we also added more services like the community, the in-person event, and stuff like that. So it was more so just breaking that limiting belief that, okay, if I raise my prices, we're gonna get no sales. That's what I was thinking. Like there's no way I can pitch someone in this amount. I'm so used to doing this, and I still get pushback on that price. How am I supposed to pitch this now? I'm going to get even more pushback, and nothing's going to happen from it. Obviously, the exact opposite happened. Nothing changed, and I think it actually, the way it's priced now, worked better to compare for the bigger price that we have, and I'm actually getting more sales on that. So literally, all the pricing came down to was just my own limiting belief and a mindset shift. Now, I'm not saying start your business and start pricing at $10,000 and $15,000 when you have no experience and you've worked with no people and you have no results to show for it. Obviously, you have to to work up to the point where you genuinely know you're pricing it fair enough for the value that you're providing, which is where we're at. So I just had to cross off that limiting belief, change my mindset and increase the prices, which we did. Obviously that has a huge impact on, hitting bigger numbers. Step 3 was leveling up the content. Now, this is the one thing that we have an advantage of over 99% of marketing agencies, especially in the real estate space. Since day one, for whatever reason, I started to post content and build a brand around the actual company and the business itself being Versatile Agency. Our Instagram account, Versatile Agency, everything's been posted on there. The YouTube, thank God it was under my name, but it's all related to, real estate content in a way. So I've built a brand around the company, which is huge for when people take sales calls or when I redirect them to certain links before the actual sales call. They go down a rabbit hole of the content, seeing client interviews, seeing videos from 4 years ago. Okay, well, they're credible. They've been actually doing this for a long time. And they start to build a relationship with you. They start to validate you through all the content that they're watching. They see the following on LinkedIn. They see all the videos on YouTube. They see all the videos on Instagram. And we have gotten in a countless amount of sales calls. Well, I've gotten in a countless amount of sales calls where someone is already very, very qualified and shocked that I'm the one joining the sales call because they've watched all the content. They assume that they're going to be joining, with someone else. So when I'm chatting with them, they already feel comfortable. They already kind of know who I am. They watch the videos, and I've had this happen many, many times where people are already excited to go through the process because they've just watched all the content. So when I say leveling up the content, I just wanted to roll into 2025 with posting things for a reason, like having an exact schedule of certain videos that I want to post, lifestyle mixed with real estate, mixed with this, being very consistent. That's what my goal is. I know content and having a personal brand is going to be the biggest thing moving forward. So I'm really trying to level it up, still trying to level it up. But yeah, I knew coming into the new year, I wanted the content to hopefully get that much better. Step number 4 was dialing in the service delivery. And to be honest, this wasn't something that we just started doing in December, but it's a testament to why we did 157,000 this month, because throughout all of 2024, all we focused on was trying to take the service from being good to great and actually leveling it up that much more. And this is a shout out to the team, Parker, Luca, Angel, Marge, Keenan. The only reason why this stuff was possible, we had a good amount of renewals in January, which was a big reason why we did the number that we did, because the service delivery got taken from good to great. And a lot of these people in January saw good success. They see the vision, they're excited to roll into 2025, and they ended up actually renewing. So that step is something that takes obviously a lot of time. You got to attract top talent. You got to, fix certain things. We had a good amount of churn in 2023, so we're trying to change things accordingly. Okay, what can we do better? What can we do different? We genuinely want to have the best real estate marketing service for top teams, top realtors, and that's exactly what we were trying to do throughout all 2024. And obviously we reap the benefits for it at the start of 2025. Basically, if your service sucks, you suck, and it'll be very hard to scale. So I knew that we had to hit these certain KPIs from a renewal perspective, which hopefully we still do throughout all 2025, and it'll make your life that much better. So those are the 4 steps that got us to hitting $157,000 last month in January. And I'm going to show you the exact numbers as far as the sales calls that were booked and taken. So drum roll, please. The total amount of sales calls booked was 117. We had 38 no-shows and 69 sales calls were taken. And I think that put us at about like a 67% show up rate to the actual sales calls. So that's how we hit the milestone, boys. $157,000 in a month. And now I'm going to explain to you why it doesn't mean shit. Don't get me wrong. You probably think that hitting this insane number or making 6 figures a month will absolutely change your life. It doesn't. Now, not to say this wasn't a dream come true. This is absolutely insane to me. When I processed that payment on January 24th to put myself over that $100,000 a month mark, which I've literally dreamed of for the last 4.5 years, texted my family group chat like you see in that screenshot, and I just basically broke down and started crying in the office here. It's very emotional. It felt like for the first time, all those crazy decisions I made as far as dropping out of school, having to leave my girlfriend, not taking the 6-figure job that I had in the summer and leaving that, all these different crazy hard decisions that you had to make at the time. For the first time in the last 4.5 years, it finally felt like you made the right decisions. Like, congratulations, Carter. Those decisions were the right ones. It felt like a little bit of guidance as far as, those decisions were right. You're on the right path. For whatever reason, that number was just the number that did that for me. I've done obviously 50,000, 75,000, 10,000. None of those really did it because I knew things could still change and it could just be, a fluke and, it all depends. But this really was the number for me that was just like a little bit of a pat on the back from someone saying, yeah, those decisions were the right ones and you're on the right path. Now, for any new people that maybe just wanted to click on the title, click on it. This wasn't some sort of overnight success. This was 4 years of brutal decisions and grinding 14-hour days. So I actually started this back on January 17th of 2020, and I've only been doing it full time technically for 2 years. years. It was 2 years part-time, full-time, and then 2 years full-time, which I'm gonna hopefully release a video eventually on my entire story and kind of what this stuff looked like. But yeah, this was obviously 4 years of building. I didn't just start this business 3 months ago and all of a sudden hit, $157,000 in a month. So here's the real lesson and the real takeaway from this video. If you go back to my channel and you scroll back 4 years ago, you're gonna see a kid filming a video with a webcam in his bedroom with a bed sheet behind him. And that version of myself believed with his whole heart that he will hit that 10K a month dream goal. I knew for a fact that I would hit the 10K a month, I would hit the 50K a month, I would hit the $75,000, $100,000 in a month. Obviously I was just focused on the first one, which is 10, but I believed with my whole heart that I was 100% going to do it. And here's the thing, you need to believe with your whole heart that you're gonna do it, because I didn't know how, I didn't know when, I didn't know what I would be doing to hit it. I had absolutely no idea. I was just film shit, I was talking about the different niches you should pick. I wasn't even running my own agency at the time. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I believed that I'm gonna figure it out, because my whole thing is that Johnny, Sam, Susan, Sally are doing it, then why can't I? And I'm exactly right. If I've done it, if all these other people have done it, then you can do it too. You just need to actually believe it. You need to put your head down and do the work. It's that simple. Stop thinking about what should you be doing, what shouldn't you be doing. You just need to start doing shit, and eventually you're gonna end up figuring it out. So start focusing on the actual inputs and controlling what you can control. That's what I was focused on. I didn't have this number on a pedestal. I never had any number on a pedestal. The 10K, 50K, 75, 100K a month. Obviously those are dream goals and dream numbers that I wanted to hit, but I didn't put it on a pedestal. My entire being didn't revolve around me hitting that number. I was just focusing on the inputs that I had to do and the things I had to do. And I knew that if I did them for a long period of time, eventually this stuff was going to happen. Like I said, whether it was going to happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I didn't really care, because I knew if I just focused on the things I had to do, eventually that would happen. So don't put any number on a pedestal and focus on a bigger why. Hitting this goal didn't change anything for me. Sure, obviously I celebrated for the night. I took my parents out for dinner. We went out for a nice dinner, and that stuff is obviously amazing. But this lasted 2 days. It was a weekend. Had some drinks, went out for dinner. It didn't change my mindset on anything, because I have a bigger why. The reason why I will continue to do this and take the hard path is because I want everyone else around me to reap the benefits. That's what I personally get the most joy from. So family, my friends, the team, that's what I get excited for, is everyone else being able to experience what I want to obviously personally experience, and the small things that I have been able to do as far as the trips, Hawaii, Costa Rica, my family coming there. That's the stuff that I genuinely get the most joy from. So me hitting these big numbers or these milestones and stuff like that is just exciting, because I know that it means I'm on the right path and the right trajectory to eventually be able to do these crazy big things for my friends and family. So shout out to the amazing team, shout out to my family. I'm honestly the most excited to continue to build with these amazing people around me: Parker, Luca, Angel, Marge, Keenan. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's keep fucking going. This is our year. And yeah, if you want to tag along for the journey, like, subscribe. This is just the beginning. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching this video. We did it. $157,000 in a month, boys. We did it. Peace.